Welcome back to Game Devs Play Games, where you can play Bannerman and practice some sweet, sweet, lovely game design.
Some sweet, sweet punches to the face. Mid-swing. Well, not mid-swing. Thought we'd give mid-swing of your enemy. Oh.
Thought we'd give you a mid-swing.
Thought we'd give you a mid-swing.
Crowley said he was holding back. Have you heard any news?
The boys were none too happy when they heard you were the only one to get any action. Thought we'd sneak out and come find you.
That's fair. I've killed like 15 people in this forest.
I should be dead. I'm a Bannerman. Nobody trained me to fight.
In fact, I haven't held the banner since day one. I should never hold it. I'm doing a lot better without it.
I'm not a good Bannerman.
Have you heard any news?
Lord Randall declared himself victorious and is returning with his forces to Blakesley.
Yeah, you got it.
It seems Crowley doesn't agree.
I'll catch up with you later.
Step lightly moving forward. I'll catch up with you later. So, let's talk about the actual, like, Bannerman quality. Is that, like, in this game, being the Bannerman is the like, draw of morale and inspiration among troops.
There are a couple reasons for it.
But my point is ultimately, what are we doing as our journey? That probably sounded terrible on the mic, but thank you for fixing it. But our point of our journey is to run around and rally our troops and bring people back so that we can actually fight these forces. Yeah. We're effectively still being the Bannerman without the banner.
Yeah.
And I like that they stayed true to the theme of the game, like in its narrative.
It's true. And even though you failed at that, so there's a couple things. Number one, Crowley says, you've done a lot of good things for me, so you get to be my Bannerman. And then you failed at being the Bannerman, and he's like, you're still going to do good things for me because you can. And so it's like, maybe he just doesn't trust you with the banner anymore. Or maybe when we get the banner back again, we'll get to use it.
We're like redeeming our honor to hold the banner.
Yeah. Maybe it's a secondary weapon. Oh,
that'd be pretty sweet.
That would be really sweet. Anyway, so, yeah, there's a couple of things. But yeah, I mean, for those... I guess if you don't know, the reason a Bannerman was such a high honor was for two reasons. Number one, obviously, it inspired morale in your troops because they would look at it and remember who they're fighting for. But also, being a Bannerman was a high, regarded highly because it's a suicidal job.
Yeah,
absolutely. You were the one with the target on your back because you usually either have a thing hanging out or you would wave it around. Either way, if you're waving it around, that's worse because you're not holding a weapon besides it, which was usually a spear.
You stand out in the crowd.
You kind of stand out in the crowd. And so everybody's like, oh, kill that guy. So it was like they trust you not to die is basically where it's at. Okay, so this is a really cool fight.
It's so hard. Oh, maybe they made it a little... Oh, no, I think it's about the same.
Shoot you with an arrow. Oh, right, because he's armored.
Yeah, I get to the point where... So the first time I fought him, I died because I just didn't understand how to fight him. And I didn't have the bow by the time I got to him. But it's a tough challenge because you have to whittle down his armor whilst dodging arrows, which dodging arrows is already an incredibly difficult task. And I think the trick that I found was that you can kind of pace things so that you can sort of trick him into jumping down as you're moving forward and just kind of like catch him as he's picking himself up. Yeah, see, he fired his arrows at two different rates there. He held that second arrow longer.
Well, you actually can too.
Well, right. You and I were talking about this before in that we were trying to figure out if the archers shot arrows at the same rate so that you could kind of figure out how to dodge them. Oh, this is the best reason to keep that bow and arrow, though.
Oh, yeah. If you... Damn it. So if you heavy trigger, you'll actually pull the bow out a lot faster.
Oh, interesting.
So if you light trigger it, though, it'll be slower, and I think that's so you can trick your opponents.
Oh.
But that being said, we're playing against AI, and I've never actually seen an AI dodge, so I don't know if that actually matters or not. So at that point, you might as well just heavy trigger every time. Because you can hold it. You don't have to fire immediately.
It would matter if you're fighting against someone with a shield.
Oh, that's fair. Which
I anticipate. Yeah.
Also, notice we're out of ammo for it, so. Yeah, so that fight is, if without, you can bypass straight to it. And even without the bow, though, it is, as he said, it's a lot harder because first you have to hit him twice with a heavy attack, and then you have to hit him 3 more times. And without the arrow, he'll keep. If you're under the rock, he's just gonna keep shooting forever. You have to back away from the rock, and then he'll come after you. So this is one of the first points of
where backtracking can actually be interesting.
Yeah, this is so we've into that. Oh, I guess not.
I mean, they give you like a little house in the background. And you're like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a little house. It's cool.
But yeah, I think having those little things back there taught me that I should maybe backtrack in later levels too, because it might hold secrets. We have finished taking stock of the supplies.
How much do we have?
It's not good. Less than 2 days of food remaining.
What? How can that be? Where's it gone?
Caravan we looted had over a week's supply of food and drink at last count. Someone has helped themselves to more than their ration to share.
Stay with the cart.
Yes, sir. But what if it was him?
Yep.
That was the first thing that crossed my mind of like, who is the most likely candidate?
Come back and he's like, we only have 1 day of ration. And there's like meat pie all over his face.
You're like, stay with the caravan.
Right. Yes, sir. So,
yeah, I wonder why these guys are here. I don't.
They're guarding the thing.
Yeah, but like, can we go down there later?
Don't move. What is going on here?
This fool was found hiding several days' worth of rations inside the ruins. He's a saboteur sent by Crowley to weaken and undermine us.
And this is where you go, wait, what?
Yup.
Ooh, but we're with Crowley. But, okay.
That's bullshit.
And that's our friend that we rescued out of the dungeon.
Wait, but you, how could you steal? What's happening? You turned and ran from me, the same battle as I did. If Crowley knew, I'd be swinging from a tree right now.
Explain yourself, spy.
I've got a wife and child. You all know war is the worst for the little folk. I was going to run, take the food to them.
Lock him in the ruins. Where we found him.
Yup. Also, all of a sudden, everything's kind of, bloody and dead and horrifying. And what is going on
Heads
with
on
this?
spikes.
Heads on spikes, on spikes, on spikes.
Day 3.
What's this?
We're
it was
waking
all
up.
just a dream.
Just a dream. Just a dream.
That I thought was particularly interesting as far as the narrative goes, because it was the first instance of like what is really going on in this world.
Yeah.
And like with this character. And I think in the description of the game they talk about how there's like some mystical or like spooky stuff that happens. And that's like the taste they give you to be like, not everything is as it seems. Also, maybe you got more insight on something than you would have otherwise.
Like, did you just augur your way into a situation?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Rise and shine.
Where is everyone?
Crowley has ordered the men ready to fight. They've gone on ahead.
Why does he keep doing this to me? What? Why?
You should probably get moving.
Dick.
Hello, my friend.
Why were you locked beneath the ruins?
That's not important. What is important is that you saved me. You're a true hero. Yeah.
Why were you locked beneath? We're ready to make the battle.
Of course. Don't you worry. I can handle myself.
Good luck to you.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna steal your food for the little ones. Practice your skills. I like the dummy as a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a really, like, after you do it the first time, you may not really find much value in practicing with the dummy. But it's like, it doesn't take anything more to like keep bringing the dummy back in case you like figured out something new about how the combat system works.
Let's say there's also the possibility that you haven't figured out everything new. So the dummy is there to be like, wait a second, I'm confused about heavy attacks or whatever.
It's a really good supplementary tutorial tool.
Supplementorial tool.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey.
Hey-o.
Got myself a helmet.
Ding.
Helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice story.
It's just a word, Chris.
It's a really nice story.
You just get over yourself.
Oh man, what's happening?
This is all those archers and they shooting stuff. Crowley, go! Oh, do you wave hand? Whatever.
Do you want to take over, Crowley?
We have them! These bastard priests are harboring Randall's scouts. They're no match for our might. The advance has already begun. Get moving. Yes, my lord. Wait. Why attack? We should pursue Randall. Cowardice! We have them right where we want them. We attack now. Forward. Forward to victory. Victory! That has to be like one word. Victory! Victory!
Oh man,
Stealing all the money out of your. Hey, look, another. I got 2 helmets.
I just wow, that actually helped your armor.
Yeah, helmets give you 1.
I guess I assumed that types of armor wouldn't stack, but
that's another place.
Just 3 armor dots.
That 1 ability for extra armor would have helped because we'd be up to 4 by now.
That's true. Which is, that's good level design actually, because
it's taking into consideration.
Yeah, and it's good reinforcement of what you missed out on.
I love these. I'm sorry. I loved it.
Oh yeah,
and it looks so good because it's just utilizing.
Oh
right,
yeah,
new guy. All right.
So axe and shield.
He's got shield up here. And boop. All right, no more armor. Oh, look at that. See, I like this character because he's easy. Because his shield tells everything.
Yeah, it is. It does read pretty clear. That's why I sort of felt silly that it took me that long to figure out the best approach for them. But
if it weren't for that, like if he just moved his axe instead and his shield stayed in place. But then,
it wouldn't make sense though if that were the case.
Yeah, because it's where his guard is. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and it begins.
Oh yeah. One thing we haven't really talked about.
Sword and board.
And we'll definitely talk about sword and board. But how do you feel about? Well, we'll read whatever this text is. A damaged page from a combat manual. This large surface area of a shield allows for the reliable deflection of arrows and other projectiles. However, the wooden construction is prone to failure, meaning your shield will break. And then you'll be using a sword and shield that is no shield.
Sword and strap. Because there'll be a strap of shield. You were trying to say something?
So we haven't talked much about how they use foreground art to kind of obfuscate the combat that's happening. And I think it creates a lot of really interesting challenges while you're mid-fight, because you can easily find yourself being blocked by things in the environment and just like make it difficult for you to see what's going on unexpectedly. And I think that's really interesting. I think it in games like this, it can either be incredibly frustrating or an interesting challenge that the level design creates. And I think they kind of fit the latter, where it makes for interesting challenges because it's not such a huge space that it blocks, but it's always just enough so that you're you really have to pay attention to where your enemies.
You might miss a little bit of information, and if you miss a little bit of information, that could be all it takes to, get hit.
Yeah, I think it was a really smart choice to include that as part of the design. They're not putting up much of a fight.
There's not many of them.
Soulless pricks. We'll put them down.
That's not the response I was expecting. Everything all right here?
Few casualties, nothing serious. The boys are enjoying themselves. Even young Timmons got his first kill.
Soulless prick. Why are you holding here?
Archers are getting restless. I'm holding here to give them a go. We'll move the line up eventually.
Yeah, good luck.
You too.
I like this too. You can see the different shading that they use.
Yeah. It gives them that sense of depth.
And you can actually even walk through the back one.
It's good.
Behind the other two.
The art at multiple occasions, it really impressed me. Because the art has the quality of a moderately old school computer game.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a Super Nintendo or an NES or a Sega.
It's like an old PC game.
Yeah, it feels like an old PC. And those games were notoriously ugly as sin. But this game is still, it mimics that style, but it actually makes it work to a point where it's not only aesthetically pleasing, but it has that level of polish and that layering that makes it feel really well thought out. And I think it's great. I didn't think you could make that old PC art style actually work very well.
I just realized that if you're in low stance, you'll kick him.
Oh, I never tried that. You mean when you like do the
Boom,
punch
right there.
maneuver?
I just kicked him. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I did not know that was a thing.
Boop.
Bonk. Man, you really... I'm glad you're playing this. You made this look so easy.
I hope you go and buy this game for 2 reasons. Number 1, because it deserves it, and you'll enjoy it. Okay, so that's 2. And then the third one, the secret one,
Is to feel how truly difficult it is.
I always forget.
Ooh, blew through your stamina.
And I have no stamina to buy. There we go. Okay.
So there is one trick, yeah, and you're kind of doing it right now. The trick with this is to just like pull the one guy back far enough to where like the archer isn't going to take shots anymore.
And I think
seems like a
that's
cheap
an
trick.
exploit. They really should like have decreased the amount of level that you had to work with.
Yeah, like block it off so that you can't really step too far back, which I guess logically speaking could be frustrating. This is an exploit might be there for like players that really truly struggle in these like moments of fighting archers and the melee guys.
And that actually wasn't intentional. I literally just ran out of room. I was backing away because I was my shield was about to break and I wasn't thinking about it, and then I got out of range.
Enough of this madness! Do not bring violence into these sacred halls!
No, kill him!
You must leave this place!
Kill him! Shut up, Crowley.
Do not persist in your brutality! So I wonder if you left right there, if it actually would have made a difference. I mean, now I think it's too late because you drew your blade. All right, well, see you later. Oh. Maybe it would have made a difference because Crowley's out there. So you would have left and he'd be like, you disobeyed me. Oh, this totally is a choice that you can make. You don't have to kill him, but you got too close, so now you have to kill him.
I want to know, like, if I can die. If I, like, go back. No.
It's too late now, man. That's awesome, though. Yeah, I punched him, too, when I did this. I mean, like, the path that I took when I started playing through this is that, or maybe Crowley just automatically appears because you entered combat stance, so it generated him with the expectation that
he had done it? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
What the hell are you waiting for? Keep moving!
Oh, maybe he...
Just says that, and then you have to go back anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, when I started...
Secret crush of the day. What would have happened there had we just gone back instead of persisting in our brutality?
Yeah, that's interesting to me. When I did my short run on this game, I definitely took the approach of like, Crowley might be horrible, but I'm going to be like the most loyal as possible.
That's actually exactly what I did. Oh yeah, I
Whoa!
forgot about this guy.
I didn't fight this guy because I went down thinking that was the side path.
Oh, ow, my God, I forgot. He's hard.
Wow. This dude is intense. Is this the dude we were trying to hunt?
This is... No.
Or just like some super tough guy?
He's just a regular guy, but he is... he's like the next level regular guy. He's hard. Oh yeah, this is the thing.
Oh, yeah, I missed this.
Is this like a podium? I think it's a podium.
Man,
right.
I thought that I just didn't miss anything.
Oh no, this is not the thing.
Or if he shall strike him out of anger so as to kill, then surely his life is forfeit, and so too his soul, for there is no love in his heart.
And that's what you get for killing that guy. But, it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think having dead ends is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. This is one of those games, too, where there's not, like gold pieces or anything you can pick up to really reward the player for things like that. So there's that little blurb of, like, something.
A piece of story is, like, reward enough, I think.
Yeah. I think they could have put something like this there, where it's actually, like, a little secret into what's going on.
That's true.
This appears to be an accounting ledger. 200, Walmsleyton Village. 1275, Lord Randall.
Ooh.
450, Blakesley. 650, Lord Crowley. 30, Magistrate Gildy. 450, Lord Pearsall.
Oh, man.
My guess is that's how much money everybody owes to the church. And what a coincidence that Crowley just attacked and killed everybody inside. Looks like
It's
he
either
doesn't owe
that-
money.
Yeah, it's either that or it's like... Yeah, no, probably how much they owe. I think I remember the answer to this. So this is another puzzle, which I actually kind of like this one. I think you want to hit that second one, too.
I don't remember.
I think you want to hit both of those. Yeah. And then you don't hit any others until you're all the way in.
We don't even know what puzzle we're trying to solve. It's one of those. All right.
Yeah. So now you'll hit this one, and it'll open...
Other one.
Oh, maybe it was that.
You messed me up. Okay, wait, what does this do? This opens that one. And then...
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, but it went
I
back
think
up.
this is one of those puzzles where it's like...
You kind of
don't
like
hit
push
it.
and pull.
I think it's... yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
I legitimately liked that puzzle, though.
Yeah.
Like, it made sense. It was
quick,
interesting.
And the only
it was
penalty
quick.
was that you have to walk up and down stairs once or twice.
Yeah, it's like, it's not that big of a deal. But it still
Do
was
this.
interesting.
Regular guy. Come on, regular guy.
At this point, it's
Yeah.
like,
Boop.
man,
Your bowels.
regular guys.
Your bowels. They're on the floor.
Should we just go along in this episode? I mean, we're already over time, but...
Yeah, let's just go along.
I mean, we have a dream sequence to go through, too.
Yeah, man.
All right, we'll do one more episode.
Okay, we'll do one more episode. Yeah.
Especially since we're already 6 minutes over.
Jeez, said something.
Well, I thought
This
this
is your
level.
job.
I thought this level was shorter than it actually was. I was wrong. Question of the day. Do you want to ask something about the priest and how it could have been handled, or should we ask more about the sword and board mechanic?
Let's do that.
Cool. Sword and board. Now we've seen both bow and now we've seen sword and board, which are
If you don't know, that's a
temporary.
nickname for a sword and a shield. That's actually not fairly common.
Oh, really?
It's a fighter term.
Oh, I've only heard you refer to it as sword and
I
board,
know,
so it's
it's a-
just familiar to me.
Yeah. Anyway,
So how do the temporary weapons create more interesting combat in this game? Especially with the fact that they are temporary, like they
only have so
dwindle.
much, health, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a little bonus thing, design something for it.
Ooh, yeah, like design a temporary weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'd make? A bill hook. Because that's like my favorite medieval weapon.
I
because it is
mean-
the meanest weapon.
that one's not even really temporary. That would just be a legit solid weapon to have.
Well,
I mean,
fair.
terrifying also.
It's on a stick. The stick can break after a while.
I mean, like,
Also, depending on how you used it, because you hook somebody, you dragged them to the ground, and then you would pull the thing up, and then you'd smash them in the body over and over again, or stab them until they died. So it'd break eventually.
it's
The bill hook, man.
a terrifying weapon.
It's a mean.
Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Check out Bannerman if you haven't yet. And stay tuned for the next episode. I think that's our last
Kapow!
one for now. But let us know if you want us to keep going.
This is the last one?
No, the
Or
next one.
one.
Just
Alright.
giving them a heads
We'll
up.
see you in 5 more episodes.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
everyone.